study the words of natives, study the songs of the natives, study the poems of the natives, and understand that everything they have created has a meaning. Everything is connected. Everything in this universe is an awareness. You have to aware your soul, your surrounding. You have to be enlightened to understand this great mystery of this world, the history of the ancients, the history of our ancestors, the history of the natives. Our future generation, they need to know about our ancestors, about our origin, about the natives, their culture, their history. They need to understand the depth of their life, the history of their survival. They need to know about the hard work they have done to survive in this world. Our next generation need to understand that they need to have all this foundation to be who they are today. The natives, the real people of Alaska, is an example for our next generation to understand the difficulties of life, how they have survived, how they have rooted into their foundation, how strong is their language, how strong is their culture, how strong is their poem, how strong is their language. In today's world, for the modern civilizations, for next generations, everything is easy, but it wasn't easy for our ancestors, for the natives. How they built this foundation, how they have gone through all the calamities of this world, natural disasters, everything. Their history of survival should be a lesson for the next generation. The real people of Alaska are the natives of Alaska. Their history of survival, their history of endurance should be a lesson for our next generation to understand how to survive, how to build your foundation, how to create your music, how to vibrate with the energy of the universe, with the cosmos, how this universe works with action and reaction. In today's world, in modern civilization, we all want everything.
And then if you travel further up our river system, we do have mountains and trees.
There's ice and snow, the ocean, darkness, and then 24-hour daylight in the summer. I always long for my home when I didn't got anything.
One thing that we were taught as young boys is not to walk the ice with the animals. And the way that I understand that now is I don't give the animal a chance to dive back down into the water. But when this happened to me and when that seal came up out of the water, a thought came into my head and it asked me, will you waste? And I thought, no, I'm not going to waste this. I'll put this to good use. And then after I had that thought, he turned his head and he gave me the shot that I needed to take him. So I felt that he actually gave himself.
As young girls, we were taught to sew our timi, the body of our matla. So when I teach, I do the same thing as my mother taught me. You show them how. That's how I was taught. It was in spirit of harmony, cooperation, mindfulness, gifts. So I think our Creator placed things that people in a certain correlation for a purpose, and our purpose in life is to be an impact.
The only way to survive is to take care of one another. That was the path of ancestors and the natives of Alaska, living in reciprocity. Indigenous people of Alaska have flourished for millennia by maximizing natural resources in locations where these materials are typically seasonal or scarce, and by respecting the process of harvest, taking only what is needed and using all of a particular plant or animal items for daily living, such as clothing, tools, utensils, were carefully repaired to prolong their use and beliefs, and to become, in other words, Alaska Native people's cultural values are grounded in practice that we call now sustainable. Living in reciprocity, living a sustainable life, that was the foundation of the native Alaskans. In today's world, this is known as a sustainable living, a sustainable business, a sustainable life, a sustainable climate. The only way to survive is by taking care of one another. Chinese American activist and philosopher. How to survive. Knowing how to survive. This is a living example of sustainable world. Everything is connected. Everything vibrates with one another energy. And as a human, we need to know how to survive in sustainable way. Preserve the energy, preserve the solar power, preserve our water, preserve our own energy. That is the sustainable life. This is the future of a sustainable planet, a sustainable life. How to preserve the energy, how to preserve the solar power, how to preserve the water, how to preserve the green life. And this is the future of sustainable planet. This is how our planet will look in the future, as a sustainable planet. This is the way we have to survive in this planet Earth in order to preserve our energy, solar power, our nature, water, and all the resources. This is the future of a sustainable life on this planet Earth. Everything on this planet Earth in the future are going to be art-based, nature-based, our fabrics. Our shelter will be made out of bamboos. Our clothing, our bags, even our potteries, everything will be made out of nature. That is how much important to be able to understand that nature is our best friend and we have to protect nature. This is the future of the sustainable nature, the sustainable human life on planet Earth. The building of a sustainable planet, preserving the nature, utilizing the nature in our day-to-day life.
It is best to love.
The eco-friendly business is the future of business, where everything is going to go green. We'll be able to produce our clothes by nature. We'll be able to produce our papers. Everything we use for our business will come through nature. That is the future of the business. A sustainable business which is provided by the source of nature. This is the deep sea crown jelly that is found from the Arctic to the Antarctic. Very interesting. Bamboo corals, how animals use bioluminescence, glass squid, very interesting. Bomber worm, deep sea anglerfish. This is the underwater creatures. The deep sea, underneath the deep sea looks like. Wow. The science underneath the deep ocean, the mystery of universe. This is the mystery of underneath the deep ocean. You see the jellies and some other creatures. Very interesting. The way you lift yourself, you rise above anything, no matter what comes on your way. Lift yourself. That's it. Wow, that was such a quite incredible experience at the Anchorage Museum. And the lessons learned from that museum is the survival history of the natives of Alaskans. Our breath is our miracle. Our existence is a miracle. Wow, what an incredible experience in the Anchorage Museum, especially the survival history of the native Alaskans. Taught us to appreciate life, appreciate the breath of this life. The breath of this life is the great miracle. You don't have to wait for any other miracle. As long as you are in this world, in this life, you are vibrating, your energy is high, that is the miracle. I'm so grateful to the Creator again to be able to have the experience in Alaska. Our breath in this world, in this life, is a miracle. This is Anchorage, Alaska, and the miracle of this life is to have your breath, is to have your existence. Our life on this planet Earth is the greatest miracle. Our breath in this world is the greatest miracle. You don't have to look for a miracle. Being in here in this world is the highest miracle. Appreciate life, appreciate your breath, appreciate your existence, and be grateful. Right, my spirits, goodbye to Anchorage, Alaska. What a wonderful trip it was, learning so much from Mother Nature, and to appreciate that the life in this planet Earth, your breath is the highest miracle. So this is goodbye from Anchorage, Alaska. Please come visit Alaska, where the land shapes the people and the people shapes the land, where survival is the only way to survive and to be able to fight with all the odds against this life. Just lift yourself again, rise above beyond anything. This life on this planet Earth is the highest gift, is the highest miracle. Never look back or never look down to anyone or never take anyone's criticism or judge. Just thrive and live your life. Goodbye. This is your show, Journey of the Spirit. Miss Mariam Sadha. Goodbye from Anchorage, Alaska. Hence, my spirits, hello from Anchorage, Alaska. It was such a great adventure. The lesson learned from this journey is to survive no matter what. Just lift yourself up. It doesn't matter how many people criticize you, judge you, or think about you, who you truly not. But just lift yourself up, thrive, and move just like the natives of Alaska. Fight against all the odds. Be the untouchable one. Just do your work. Just bring this justice on this planet Earth and be the messenger of the Most High to deliver His message and His signs. Goodbye now. Walk on the path of love and light. From Sadhu.